This podcast is a part of the Rebel Without a Clue media network, featuring That Don't Work For Me Brother, Bullshitting, Slumber Party Massacre Luncheon, Black Manifold Transmissions, Horny Little Book Club, The Open Heart Podcast, Tripped Out and Crazy, Mad Dogs, and The Revolution Will Be Broadcast. You can find all of our podcasts on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. Rebel Without a Clue, Strange Minds, Loud Hearts, no apologies.
You're all invited to the Slumber Party Massacre Luncheon.
We'll tear your soul apart.
Drink some of this, Michael. Be one of us.
Death has come to your little town, Sheriff. You can either ignore it, or you can help me to stop it.
Candyman.
What's up, Ookie Spookies? Welcome back to another episode of the Slumber Party Massacre Luncheon. I'm one of the hosts of this show. My name's Rob.
And I'm your other host. I'm Brad.
And today we have a very special guest with us for the luncheon. He is the drummer of two of Little Rock's premier metal bands. Just two, or have you added to it?
Just two right now.
Just two right now. Mothwind and Tempus Terra. He is also a local artist specializing in art, I would say, inspired by classic monsters as well, and anything from classic monsters to like Clive Barker to
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. We're going to be talking to Mr. Jonathan Kaplan today.
Hey, everybody. How you doing? Good to be here. Thanks for having me on your show, guys.
Yeah, thanks for
Yeah.
coming, dude. This
Yeah,
is going to be a good time.
Hell yeah.
We like to start out with a pretty basic question. What do you remember the moment in your life that horror just reached out and planted itself in your creepy art? You know what I mean?
It's really kind of ironic that I'm wearing the shirt that I am right now, but Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors.
Dream Warriors.
That was the movie that I spent the night at a friend's house, and
Yep.
they were like, look, we have it. And like, he fast forwarded to the scene where the nurse takes her shirt off and everything. And that was like a big deal then. But we watched the whole movie later on.
You've rewound it. There's got to be some plot here.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
But yeah, this was the first Nightmare on Elm Street that I saw. And it's one of the good ones too. Like, to
Yeah.
me, there's the first one, the third one, the seventh one, and then Freddy vs. Jason is pretty good.
I like Freddy vs. Jason a
Yeah.
lot.
I think a
actually.
lot of
Yeah.
people like the third one the most, from what, like, the consensus that I see.
It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of, it's almost like superheroes almost.
Yeah.
So it takes
Oh,
that.
it's fun. For sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That one, and what an intro to the series too. Like, to watch that and then go back and watch the first one,
Right.
would be crazy almost.
I was young when I saw the third one, so it was years later that I went back and started from the first one and watched every single one of them consecutively. It wasn't until I was in high school.
Yeah.
When I first saw this, I was 8.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying. It is often like those sleepover movies that I don't know what it is about sleepovers in particular. It's like you get a group of young men, and I'm sure women as well, together, and it's like, let's watch some shit we're not supposed to watch.
Yeah.
Let's you know what I mean? Let's stay up late. Let's dip our toes into the macabre sometimes.
Yeah.
I think a lot of
absolutely.
that, exactly what you just said, is why a lot of us got into horror is, I mean, I, for one, was able to watch kind of whatever, but for a lot of my friends, it was kind of like sneaking something that they weren't supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know, like, so like there's like a adrenaline behind it that, they're doing something they're not supposed to do, but then you're like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah, I was the guy who was always sneaking stuff I wasn't supposed to.
Yeah.
That was my childhood. It was a very Christian, very evangelical home, so we had to hide all of the cool stuff. Like,
Yeah.
we hid heavy metal CDs underneath our, like, under drawers and everything.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
it was a time, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, that was me. I was always going over to your house to watch scary movies and stuff.
Well, hey, my parents were the same way. The difference is we're Methodist and they don't care.
and you have a brother that's like 10 years older than
Well,
you.
yeah, he's 5 years, but still, like,
Yeah.
yeah, I grew up with a brother who's like, yo, hey, come watch this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was my experience too. My
Yeah.
brother's 5 years older than me. He got me
No.
into heavy metal, horror movies, and all the like. So
It's crazy how that me and my brother are like 3 years apart, and we kind of like fed off each other. Like, once we got to a certain age, it was just like both of us into what we could find and out weird each other with. Like,
oh shit.
and it took me forever to get into this band because he was the person that was like, no, you're gonna like this band. And I'm like, you're my little brother. I'm not gonna like this fucking band.
Fuck this band.
He's like, no, you should really check out Misfits. And I'm like, oh, Misfits. I don't want anything. Years later, I'm like, oh, God damn it.
Yeah.
I fucking love Misfits. Like, it's one of the movies growing up that scared you the most.
Candyman.
Candyman is freaky.
That's
Yeah,
a good
the first one.
choice.
That now, like, my brother had an experience with it first. He saw that at a sleepover, like, birthday party, and it was his first horror film that catapulted him in, but it gave him nightmares. He peed his bed over it. And then a couple years later, he was like, dude, I got Candyman. Let's watch it. And I'm like, all right.
Do you not remember what it did to you, dude?
It's like it's a rite of passage.
Yeah,
Almost.
yeah.
You have to get
Absolutely.
the shit scared out of you before you can really understand what you're getting into.
Yes.
I still remember my brother trying to get me to say his name in the mirror 3 times. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing it.
We're not summoning Tony Todd from this house.
Tony Todd's like, who summoned me to Lone Oak, Arkansas? He'd be pissed. He'd kill me
Do
on the
what?
spot. I said, Tony Todd'd be so pissed. Who summoned me to Lone Oak, Arkansas?
The furlough.
Yeah, for real.
I think the first one that freaked me out real good, we were at a sleepover and it was The Shining.
Yeah.
And it was the part with the woman in the bathtub. And oh my God, dude. That fucking ruined me for like months.
That scene also made me realize that gross is a big part of horror as well. Like, because it's fucking gross.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
I was just, ugh, this woman.
It's gnarly.
Yeah.
That scene is.
Mine was Silver Bullet for sure, but I remember around the same time, the one that I couldn't even make it through was Pumpkinhead.
Oh,
Like, Pumpkinhead just freaked me out when I was a little kid.
Gooey?
It's weird enough that as a little kid, you're like, what the hell am I watching?
Yeah, man. And then Pumpkinhead turns out to be that freaky monster with the arms and the goo and the head.
I saw Pumpkinhead when I was in high school, but it was like I wasn't old enough to appreciate all of the like practical effects that it had.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this 80s movie's fucking stupid. And
Right.
but
exactly.
now like 80s and 90s horror is like top for me.
We do that. We talk a lot about 80s and 90s horror and then of course just like Robert Eggers and everything.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Did you have a favorite monster growing up? Or villain or
And that's a hard question
It
to
is.
answer.
Yeah.
For a while, it was Freddy Krueger. I just loved Robert Englund and what he brought to that character. I mean, no one can do Freddy Krueger. So, like, when that other guy did Freddy Krueger in the remake, it was just not what it should. It wasn't Robert Englund, you know? I love Pinhead. I love the Cenobites. Now my favorite horror monster is definitely Radu Vladislas from the Subspecies films.
that's rad.
Yeah.
That's right. You put me on that. I ended up watching that the other night.
Hell
Couldn't
yeah.
remember who put me on that. Have you ever seen that, dude? Subspecies?
No, I like at first I thought like I misheard and just heard species, and I'm like, oh yeah, and then I was like, that name didn't match that movie, so I was like, I misheard. So no, I have not seen that.
Yeah. I said Radu Vladislaus. That's the name of the character. So Radu, he's just the most evil vampire. It's just like these dark, really, the tone of the Subspecies movies is really great. It's just like, there's this great music and this presence that Radu has where they'll just do shots of him walking across the screen.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just like, ugh, that dude's fucked up, but he's just like an old, sick vampire.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I promise you've seen the cover of it at Blockbuster.
Oh, that looks dope.
Yeah, dude, you got to get on that.
I mean, like every horror film, it comes with its own set of that's corny, that's weird,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
fake. That's
Yeah, plot hole.
yeah, like all the weird shit that happens in horror movies. Like,
I think
oh,
you get
the
that with
acting was
any
terrible.
90s and 80s. You're gonna have some corny with it.
Right. But it's great though. The tone is excellent. Kind of like the tone of Hellraiser is just so ominous and everything. Like Subspecies has that too.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh,
Ominous
it looks
is
like it's got like claymation and stuff in it.
There is, and it's kind of silly. That's part of the silliness. There's these little devils that are stop motion animation, and it's like very early computer into the film, so it's weird, but it's cool. I really enjoy it. I watched it today actually because I was like, I'm gonna get prepped for this podcast. I'm gonna watch my favorite horror movie.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I'm trying to think right now what my favorite is. Growing up, it was just vampires, everything vampires, dude.
Yes.
Lost Boys,
Yes.
Fright Night,
Yes.
like all of that. If it was a vampire film, I was going to see it. And then came fucking Twilight and
Ruined it for years.
I like vampire movies for a while, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, ruined it for years.
Yeah. But right now, the new monster in the Alien movie was sick.
Oh yeah. In Romulus.
Yes.
Yeah,
that was
dude.
awesome.
Yeah. There was
The
some show
substance.
that I went to where the bass player looked just like that monster. She was just a really tall, bald guy with a huge nose. And Andrew from Morbid Visions was pulling up that picture, showing everyone, just like, look, it's him on stage.
That's fucking
But yeah, he was a sick monster. I like how the Alien movies, you get a new monster every single Alien movie.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Which
mean,
is
it's all
pretty
about evolution, and it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Man, the recent, I really love she's not actually a monster, but kind of turns into one. But dude, the end of Substance when she turns,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched that recently too. Like me and my girlfriend, she hadn't seen it, I had, and I was like, I need to watch this again, and you haven't seen it, so let's watch it. And like halfway, several times through, she's like, man, this movie is fucked up.
yeah,
Like, it's so fucked
It's
up.
super fucked up. That was one of my favorite ones recently for sure. But I'm a big body horror guy. Like that's my shit. Cronenberg, like all that shit.
Like From Beyond.
Yeah.
The movie's sick.
I like all. Yeah. Have you seen Color Out of Space?
No, I haven't been able to find it.
You need to check it out.
Okay.
Oh
check it.
gosh, where did I watch it recently? Was it Shudder? Maybe I did a
Maybe.
free trial at Shudder and watched it. And that was my first experience watching it in the past year, and it's wild.
It's
It's
good, dude.
great.
Nice.
It's good. So when did you start doing? I mean, have you done art since you were a kid, or?
Yeah, I always say that became an artist when I was in kindergarten, and like I'm an art teacher. I teach elementary kids.
Oh, okay.
So they ask me all the time, when did you start doing art? And I was like, when I was in kindergarten, when I was your age, type of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I definitely realized that I had at least a knack for making art like when I was younger. And, I was the friend who my friends would always ask me, can you draw me this? Can you draw me this? Or me and friends would have drawing competitions and such.
That's cool.
But I realized today, I remember when I started in the horror art genre,
Yes.
basically, and that was 8th grade. Like, I fucking loved The Matrix when I was in 8th grade, and it's
Yeah.
still like, a great movie, like the first one especially. And
For sure.
there's some horror shit in there that just gives you the heebie-jeebies. And I
Yeah.
was like, oh, I can draw stuff like this. Okay. And I remember just drawing a really creepy tree and just like this collage of weird type of stuff, and that kind of just catapulted from there, where I began an art style almost that was more of the horror aspect.
Nice,
Yeah.
dude. So from an early age, getting that signature kind of feel down to your art.
Yeah, just like I like to draw weird shit type of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What are some of your influences outside of horror?
Well, I mean, I know a little bit of art history since I'm an art teacher,
For sure.
and like, the Greco-Roman era of art history is huge, and it's all very dark as well. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, there are so many monsters in mythology and so many gods and angels and demons
Yeah.
and shit like that it's
Titans, like we talked about.
exactly, yeah.
I mean, that's so cool, dude.
So like that I mean, I love, like you said, I showed you some drawings the other day and you were like, it looks medieval almost. And like, I love medieval art. I love all that old style of
Yes.
art that, and my art doesn't necessarily look like that, but I do draw influence from there a lot because it just has this aura to it, this feeling, that ominous take, that ominous feeling that I really go for that. I'm really drawn to that.
It's really like, I was really impressed with the sketches you sent me because it conveys that, like, which I think good, scary horror art should do, is like, I'm looking at something I shouldn't be looking at. You know what I mean? Like, it's got that feel to it. Like, I have stumbled across something ancient and something like hand drawn, obviously, and like it holds this spooky weight to it, dude. And you're really good at conveying that.
Cool.
The
Thanks.
Yeah, it's just like, it's like you're looking at something that you shouldn't be looking at. And I think that's part of all horror art, and, like reading something you shouldn't be reading as far as like books go.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like, that's why reading horror is probably one of my favorite things to read, is because, one, it is the broadest genre if you utilize that and not stick to just like vampires, werewolves, like the certain things. Like, you can make anything scary.
Yeah.
And I think you can do that with art too. Like, you can create anything that someone perceives as horror. Whereas,
Absolutely.
someone who, I mean, like, you could go paint sunset somewhere, but you can make something in that creates a horrific atmosphere. So I think that's what's so
100%.
cool about it.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that. Yeah. I guess that's why, like, I like to, study just like real simple portrait artists, or like what's that word? Like your Victorian era artists, like John Singer Sargent, who is like an impressionist basically, but like he would just use very bold strokes and then achieve this high realism somehow with these very quick strokes. And it's like, how is he doing this type of thing? But like, and it can be utilized in every fashion. It can be made into horror, something horrific, something cool. Like, so I do draw influences from different styles like that, for sure. Absolutely.
Interesting.
Yeah. And like, I know a lot of like, there's an artist who takes like really high classical art, like of Mary and Jesus, and completely putrefies it and makes it very grotesque and very horrible and very cool, but it's still very beautiful and elegant at the same time. So
it's cool.
Yeah,
man.
it's real fun.
I'm just thinking, and that's like, I can't help but like go to like album covers when we talk about horror art.
Oh yeah.
And it's like a Bathory cover or something like that. You know what I mean? That would be sick, dude. What is it about horror that like keeps bringing you back as an artist?
I'm going to bounce off what Brad said, because it's the fact that it is the broadest genre that there is. Like, we were talking about like there's issues with every horror movie, like this is corny for this reason or that reason, but you don't see these stories anywhere else, or stories like these anywhere else, or they don't bring, or like nothing brings these feelings to you like a horror film does. And like when you watch a movie now, a lot of times it's like, have I seen this before? Even though I've never seen it before, have I seen this idea before, done a million times? And Brad, you're saying that if you do it correctly, then you have a whole wide range to grab from. So yeah, like horror is extremely diverse. So it's really neat that you can explore all the holes and it still be scary or it still be creepy or gross.
Or, provocative in some way.
Right. Also, when I was in college, I was, really trying to be a horror artist, but God bless my so I went to fucking Harding University. And so
So did my wife.
when you're at a Christian university, they don't like horror stuff. They don't like monsters. They don't like demons. They don't like my art professors were just like, there's something wrong with your brain. And I fed off that and was like, yeah, I like that. Of course there is, but it's
right. Yeah. I'm not.
I didn't realize like the oppression that was happening or at that point, but it, yeah. So yeah, I went there I don't remember my point, but yeah.
Yeah. Man, that's super interesting. Like, how do you reconcile that? Like, I mean, I don't know if you were like, very Christian at the time or
Really was. Yeah.
I mean, how did you decipher that in your head that these things that I draw and people don't like it and it's not matching up with the moral compass of this institution and like
You walk blindly for a while and you think everything's okay. This is fine. I'm not going to pay attention to this little section of things. I'm just going to pay attention to what's working, what's being okay.
Yeah.
And I know this isn't jiving and I'm going to have to figure that out some point in my life, but not today.
Yes.
So you push it off until you have to answer those questions that you can't answer. And that's when deconstruction starts to happen.
Right.
So, I mean, I graduated from Harding, but I lost my faith after my first semester of Harding.
I got you. And that's a common story at Harding and OBU, and
I'm learning that more and more. Yeah.
It's interesting. My buddy Mahfouz that does Midnight Mass with me went to OBU, like has his theology degree, was a pastor for like 4 years when he got out. Like
Nice.
and
Okay.
now is like militant atheist. Like it's wild, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Neat.
Yeah.
I love hearing deconstruction stories. Because I was trapped for a long time and didn't realize how trapped I was. And now I am free, more or less. And it's freeing. It's also burdening. But yeah, I love hearing a deconstruction story or hearing someone else's take on those things.
Did that come through in your art at the time? The deconstruction and
Absolutely.
It's
afterwards,
cradle of filth shit going on.
I have a whole series of burning churches that I've painted.
Gotcha, dude.
And burning cross and some very black metal shit, but everything's on my Instagram too.
Oh, okay, awesome, dude. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. That sounds super rad.
So y'all want to check out J Kaplan Art on Instagram?
Yes,
that's me.
When you're starting a new project, where are you drawing inspiration from? Is it mostly like movies or music or the grotesque fucking bullshit of life, or a little bit of everything? I mean, yes,
all of that. I mean, for a long time, like books were a real strong inspiration in a lot of ways. Like I read all of the Vampire Chronicles, and there's just a lot of great imagery in there that I created a series of paintings called Memnoch the Devil, because that's the 5th book in the Vampire Chronicles. That was one of my favorites for a long time. And reading does a lot, but I mean, I will kind of start by like figuring out what kind of piece am I making, and then looking at what other artists have done in that vein. Like, what do I want my art to look like? I'll collect a whole lot of pictures and I'll put them in a folder, and I'll just use these as like ideas for references and such. And then I'll jump into my sketchbook or many sketchbooks, and I will draw page after page, different ideas, building the ideas. And I mean, that's where a lot of the work happens, is in the sketchbooks. Yeah, and I even brought my sketchbook today to show you some. So we'll need to look at that at some point, whether it's before or after.
Absolutely, dude.
Thanks.
And I was gonna ask you. When you're setting up a drawing, like what are you looking for? Like, what do you think makes something look scary?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. I guess something that I do a lot is the eyes are very important.
Yeah.
And I do a lot of like either like horror portraits or if I'm drawing like a demon or skulls or a reaper or whatever it is, I love you got to put the eyes have to have that ominous feel or an angry feel. Or sometimes though, when I draw like an angry demon, it looks hokey, like it's laughing or and it's silly, and that's cool sometimes, but it doesn't have that subtle, bleak, this is scary without being loud. Like, that quiet, scary. Like, I like a real quiet, scary feeling. That's what I look for, but that's not always what comes out. A lot of times what I envision is not what the end product is, which is why I go through sketch after sketch after sketch, and I'll see like what is jiving along the way and pick out the best parts and, really build
off of each step.
Right. So building off of each step is such a huge, important part of the process. Like, because you don't get ideas when you're not working. You get ideas while you're working. When you're in the midst of it, like that's when the creative juices are flowing. You're in the zone. You're locked in, and it's like, oh, I'm going to try this, and you're more willing to take risks and do something that you wouldn't normally. And
you're already in the process.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Is that a lot like your music process? A sketchbook of drum.
Yeah. I play guitar too. Not like I'm not a guitar player though. Like I decided to pick up the guitar, so I figured that would make me better at drums if I did that.
Yeah.
And that's more or less not true. But yeah, when I would write stuff on the guitar, it is like sketching in a sketchbook a lot. Yeah. And you keep good ideas and you build off of those, and then something else happens and you're like, oh, that was cool. That was a nice happy accident, to quote Bob Ross, like, so Bob Ross is another big influence in my artistic thing, not to bounce back to that, but
I think Bob Ross is an inspiration for all of us, really.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Forgot we were recording. I have to edit out that part where I shit talk my job.
Yeah.
Some of the best
love my
songs
job.
about shit talking your job.
Yeah. Dude, have you heard that band Riot Dogs, the local band, the punk band?
I have not heard them, but I know Jet, who's in the band. Yeah,
Jet is in every fucking.
Yeah, he is.
But they have this song just about, I think it's called "Stay Home, Make Art." It's
cool.
just that I'm calling in sick and I'm making art today. And like,
hell yeah,
it's very rad, man.
Nice.
Shug, I forgot I was gonna text you earlier. Just speaking of metal bands, I'm pretty sure Zayo is dropping an EP at midnight tonight.
No shit.
Mm-hmm. So
Cool.
Right on, dude.
look out for that.
I'm not familiar with them. What style of metal are they?
Zayo, they're like,
Like metalcore meets black metal.
but
Okay.
like
Okay.
they're old school though. Like they've been around since the early '90s.
Good. I love old school
Yeah.
anything, honestly.
Yeah,
They're-
Zayo was a lot of fun.
Cool.
Are they local? They're semi-local, right? Like they're kind of.
They recorded their first 2 or 3 albums here, but I think they're from like Louisiana or something.
Never know in Arkansas, man.
I could be totally wrong, but they are very cool. Me and Brad lived together for like 5 years.
Okay.
And it would just be us out on the porch at like 6 a.m, drinking coffee, showing each other what bands we found the day before.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, dude. It
And
was a
so
great
now
time.
I still text them random new bands that I stumble across. So
Yeah. Filtrating bands.
yeah, where do we leave off? Now I'm blanking.
Do what?
So yeah, where do we leave off? Now I'm blanking. Then we can edit all the in between out.
Let's jump in with just what's your favorite genre of horror movie?
I love all genres and I hate all genres. So it's
That's fair.
That's a horror fan.
but it's really just like there's great movies of every genre, even outside of horror. There's great movies of every genre, and there's terrible movies of every genre. I think the best movies in the world are horror movies, and I think the worst movies in the world are horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
But I like to ask everyone, what's your favorite vampire? So I guess vampires are my favorite horror subject. If I had to settle on one.
Right on.
My favorite, who I already said, is Radu from Subspecies. I was actually Radu for Halloween last year. I don't know how much it looked like Radu, but it looked like creepy as fuck, really bloody vampires.
So sick.
And I went to a haunted house with my kids, and the people were scaring me, and a couple of them said like, "Whoa, your costume's really good." After they were like, "Oh, scary." It's like, "Wow, dude, your costume's really great. Good job."
Hey man, you're killing it. That's fucking awesome. Impressing the haunted house people. Favorite vampire. Mine is either Kiefer Sutherland vampire or Bowie in The Hunger. One of those.
Bowie, and I haven't seen The Hunger.
Oh, The Hunger is in fucking insane.
Where can I watch The Hunger?
I think it's on Amazon.
Okay.
Amazon or Tubi, one of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If it's Tubi, great.
Yeah.
Amazon is like, do I got to pay for it or is it free?
Exactly, dude.
But
I'm pretty sure it's on Tubi.
Okay.
It is wild. It's vampires that. Well, I'm not even gonna ruin it. I'm not even gonna ruin it. This take on vampires is absolutely bonkers.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. That's
I
what
mean,
like.
mine's Wesley Snipes, so whatever.
Okay. Blade.
Got to.
I mean,
1 and
Wesley
2. I don't talk about 3.
that motherfucker. I mean,
Lost Boys is my favorite vampire movie, but so
that was a big movie in my childhood too.
Yeah.
The older brother, I forget his name in that.
Give me a second.
jeez,
Give me a
Michael.
second. Give me a second. His name is
it's Michael, isn't it?
Michael.
Michael.
Yeah, Michael. Okay. I was a 7-8-year-old kid. No, I was in middle school, so it was 11, 12. I thought he was the coolest character, and I bought sunglasses just like his and everything. And then I watched Lost Boys as an adult, and I'm like, this dude is a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
He is such a dick to his family. Fuck this guy.
He's so shitty to
Yeah.
everyone around him.
Yeah.
Dude. Even in the midst of them trying to help him.
Yeah.
He is being a dick to people.
Yes.
Yeah. I love that fucking movie, though. Oh, I love that movie. I still believe.
Yeah.
Oh man, and then trying to think, Let the Right One In is probably one of my other favorite vampire movies, just because it's heartbreaking but also just a coming of age and a bond of 2 kids. But geez, that's a tough one.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a cool one though.
Yeah.
I like that one.
It's a fun take on it.
I've gotten some real funny answers when because I'll ask anybody, especially if I'm having doing an art market and having a sale, anyone who comes up, I'll first ask them, do you like horror movies? Or I'll ask them, who's your favorite vampire? Kind of because I love painting these monsters. What vampire should I paint that I haven't painted? And one of my friends said that his favorite vampire is Bunnicula, the storybook of a bunny that is also a vampire. Yeah. So, people have wild answers. It's really cool.
That's really fun.
Yeah. And everyone has a different answer. And not a single person has ever said Twilight. So
good. Right? So there's hope.
Yeah. Yeah. We're enough past it as a culture. We all understand what happened there. It's okay. It was a time. That is no one's favorite werewolf either.
No. We removed
Well,
that.
and it just and it wasn't even just that. It was kind of a whole trend there for about a decade of let's CW all the vampires, you know, because even with it being on HBO, even True Blood was,
Dog.
Yeah.
It's crazy you bring that up. Me and Amber tried to start rewatching True Blood last week. Dude, was there a writer in the fucking room?
That's funny.
It's just
At
kind
least
of
some of the characters were okay.
Yeah, but the accents.
Yeah.
The accents were very fake, especially, we're all from the South. And I know Louisiana has its own language, but still, it all sounds so fake.
And not one of them sounds Cajun.
No.
Except the one guy who was pretending to be Cajun in first season. He sounded the more Cajun than anybody.
The guy that was insane too. He's Cajun because he starts his sentences by saying the word that starts the sentence and then saying the sentence.
Yeah.
Like, brother man, I'm gonna have to help you get down there to the brother man. What the fuck is he doing? This shit's wild. I like to ask people, what's your favorite bad scary movie? Truly bad.
Man, You have to let me come back to that because that's not going to jump right out at me because my perspective on things is so different just because I only watch horror movies, really. That's all I do as far as like if the TV's on, it's some horror movie that I found on Tubi usually. So I take the good with the bad, and I don't know if I know what a bad horror movie is. I listened to the last podcast on the left episodes about them recently, and they said the best con that Ed and Lorraine Warren pulled was making themselves think making the world think they look like the people in the Conjuring movies and how beautiful they were and how because Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga are gorgeous. They're gorgeous,
very attractive people, and the Warrens are fucking Midwestern.
She apparently had like a really big head. Yeah, that was larger than normal. And Ed Warren just looked like Wilford Brimley.
Yeah, dude, that's what they kept saying.
Okay, but all right, so
there are a couple ways I could answer that now that you bring that up, because my favorite bad horror movie is something I'll still watch, but there is shit I straight up do not like that I'm not putting on again. So I need to.
For me, during the whole like phase where everybody was obsessed with them throughout high school, mine was I did not care for Paranormal Activity at all, any of them, and then I just couldn't get into The Ring.
Yeah,
there was just something not scary about it to me that it just bothered me that everybody would come to school and be like, "Oh my God, I went and saw The Ring. It was the scariest thing." And I'm like, "No, it's not."
Okay, so I have some other interpretations of your question on bad horror movies. Like, okay, see, this movie is great. It is amazing. But you'll understand. Dead Alive by Peter Jackson.
Yeah,
dude, I was about to say it. I am so glad you just said that.
It's such an amazing movie, like the practical effects galore. It is the goriest movie there is probably still to date, but it's so funny.
It's amazing.
There is a very funny story about that movie. Is we couldn't find it anywhere. Me and Shug had never seen it, and this was when we were living together. And I was like, "Dude, Peter Jackson apparently directed this bloodiest movie ever called Dead Alive," and so we finally found it on YouTube. And
I think like straight up Japanese YouTube. Like, I think we had to like circumvent some shit.
Okay.
We were 15 minutes into this movie and we both looked at each other and go, "Are we watching the right movie?" Because like
weird at the beginning.
Yeah.
The beginning is so like out of pocket and out of character.
Yeah.
We were just like, I mean, thankfully we stuck with it, and gosh, what a great movie. But yeah, no, I love that you picked that one because that is a bad movie that is so much fun.
Yes. I have it on VHS, but I don't have a VCR.
Yeah.
I have a VCR. I don't have, VCRs and TVs aren't compatible anymore unless you buy a digital VCR.
Yeah.
Which are like $400 or $500. So
jeez.
But I have a collection of VHS films from my life.
There is this girl I follow on Instagram that does like these VHS covers of current horror films, and it's super cool. Just like, I mean, she's just an artist that, she does her own thing, but VHS covers are like what she likes to make. It's super cool.
That's neat.
I remember the Dead Alive VHS cover.
Oh yeah.
I remember Creepshow for sure. Let's see.
Cat's Eye. That was.
Ooh, do you think when you're doing a new piece, like, is it harder to draw, like, or to paint or to make like a classic Dracula, or to like invent your own spin on Dracula?
That is a good question because I kind of do both of those.
Yeah.
I have painted lots of vampires. I've painted Dracula in a couple different ways, both Bela Lugosi and Gary Oldman. But I do have my own vampires that I've painted, and it's kind of two very separate series that I do, and it's two completely different processes even. Because like when I do horror portraits, I don't pre-sketch at all. I get my image, I get my canvas pad, and I just paint. No pencil, nothing, just paint straight away.
Okay.
And if I'm creating my own, like doing t-shirt designs with you, I am sketching a whole lot and I'm figuring out my composition and how I want my characters or subjects to look, and just keep building off of that.
Yeah.
And making that, fine-tuning that to make that more cohesive and using all the components and such. So it's harder to do that. It is harder to create my own. That's what I'm saying. I guess it is a much longer process.
Sounds,
Yeah. Painting by observation is a whole different skill set than designing and
really
illustrating.
like that, but that's for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, because instead of like, I can see and I can copy what I see, and I've been trained to see and find all the different nuances and different lights and shadows and everything. But creating my own world or creating my own person or creating my own creature or character is something completely different. So
see the lights and the shit.
Yes, exactly.
And work that out over and over and over.
Yeah, so if I'm drawing by observation, I can create more realism much easier. But if I'm creating on, like my own sketching process, it's not as realistic. It's much more illustrative. It's more like I started drawing comic books when I was in high school and just like copying comic book characters and scenes and such. And I learned that a little bit. So like my style still has this like comic booky feel to its characters and such.
That's cool. I was going to ask if you dabbled in comics at all.
Yes, not heavily, but some here and there. I got into graphic novels for a little bit. Spawn is definitely my favorite that I got into as far as the story's fucking great. And like the cartoon miniseries that they made from it was fucking cool too. I have that on DVD, which is
heavy horror, like lots of horror and Spawn.
That's why Hunter was on, because Hunter loves graphic novels. And
cool.
He's kind of our comic guy.
Nice. Yeah, I am very surface level comic, but like I still have it has a history in my heart,
Yeah, like I'll read, like if our homie Petrus is like, dude, you'll love this one, I'll pick it up. You know what I mean?
Sweet.
But I'm not just like all over.
Yeah, picked up 30 Days a Night. Speaking of vampires, that graphic novel, and I still haven't even read it.
That's a movie too, isn't it?
Yeah. So the movie, and which I didn't know, is based off of the graphic novel.
Okay. Yeah, they're a very different vampire in that, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I really dug that first one that they did. I don't remember the second one. I know I've seen it, but I don't remember it.
I didn't even know there was a second one.
Neither did I. That's crazy. I don't know, man. I bet I can find it on Tubi.
And this guy is not he doesn't do comics, but he is a writer. But we've talked about him many times on this podcast. Is Brahm? Have you ever read Brahm? So he does these really fun horror novels. Like they're scary, but they have a lot of adventure and action with them too, except for Slewfoot. Slewfoot's very dark from beginning to end, but in the middle of all his books, and he illustrates everything throughout his books, and in the middle of all of them, he has about 5 or 6 pages that he has drawn all the characters that are in this novel. And did he go grab one? I think he might have one, but man,
he did go grab one. Yes.
Yeah. He's awesome, man. He's a great artist. Yeah. That's the most recent one that I've read from him. That one was more fun. It's horror, but
more of a wrong. This is what I'm getting.
Like it's gosh, I'm trying to think of.
And then there should be drawings throughout that he does too.
It's like fighting demons with music. That one is.
Yeah.
There's very specific style here. That's cool.
Yeah, I dig him a lot. I have just about finished his catalog. I think I got 2 more books of his to read.
Okay. Neat.
Slewfoot is probably my favorite.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Soon as I finish it,
Okay, man, I've been wanting to read more again because it's been a while.
Yeah,
So hate it when you go through those things and it's you just realize you need something else in your life. So
yeah, for sure.
yeah, reading's fun. It just makes me sleepy. So
Hey, I read at night. That's how I go to sleep.
yeah,
I mean, I
Yeah.
read a
that's a
lot.
great habit.
I put my phone up and I read at night, and I'll get normally 2 chapters, and then I'm like, "All right, I'm pretty tired."
I fall asleep while I'm reading. Just
Dude,
I
I'll
can.
start reading the same sentence 3 times. It's bad. What would be your dream project?
I mean, I guess just like what my main goal is right now is doing album artwork for bands
Hell yeah.
and, just having, a lot of bands that are
Yeah.
interested in my style or interested in my like work or even, like, holy shit, this painting that you did is amazing. We want to use that for a album in whatever way. So, that's just like, that's where I'm at right now. I mean, I'd like to do some muraling around, I guess.
Yeah, man.
I've done murals at the school that I work at, so I'm
Yeah.
experienced in it. I mean, I've been an art teacher for 16 years, so like I've done several murals throughout my years, really. But schools exploit me in that way, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I allow them to do that. That's okay.
I hear
work for
you. I'm a teacher too, so
You're a teacher too?
yeah.
What do
So
you teach?
so I'm PE health, but I work as a, behavior interventionist now, so
Okay.
that's my focus.
Okay.
So,
Good for you.
yeah,
Good for you.
I teach up in Springfield, Missouri, so
Okay. That's a different conversation for a different day, I
yeah,
suppose.
for sure.
Yeah.
Education.
Yeah. The horrors. We could talk about the horrors.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But at Birdie's, they're doing a
Yeah.
mural contest, and I don't know if any other artists have entered into it. But I did enter a design
Awesome, dude.
into that, and I got to tell you, it is a wall to design something on because it's very narrow and very
Yeah.
long. It's like a very, I don't know. It's like it's not even 4 feet tall.
Is it not?
No, but it's almost 20 feet long.
See, I was gonna get okay, because you got to my next question. My next question was gonna be, are you doing the mural over there?
I have no idea.
Man, that's your wall, man.
Man, I love some murals.
Yeah.
Dude.
I don't
Go
know
ahead.
if you remember this project. Back in the day, me and Shug used to work at a printing company downtown Little Rock. And there was this cool project that I did. I used to do vinyl wrapping. And there was a art contest that they did somewhere in Little Rock. And they chose these different arts that people have done. And what I did was what the city had me do is I would print off a door-sized version of their art, and I would go down back alleys in downtown Little Rock that kind of didn't look great, and I'd wrap the door with their art and make these murals, and it was so sweet. But
Cool.
obviously I wasn't the artist. I just wrapped it, but it was super cool to do.
Yeah. You were still part of the process of
Yeah,
getting it out there for it to be seen.
But it was
That's good.
cool. Like you would walk down these alleys, and all these doors are wrapped with local artists' art, and it was super cool.
Well, have you worked with
Yes, I did. So it's an interesting story, I guess. There used to be a band around here called Arterial Sky, and it was Drew Scarda from Samokum.
right on?
And another guy, Mark Johnson, who I went to college with. And so, like, Mothwind played a show with them, which was pretty cool. They were different. It was like kind of like Rage Against the Machine, but a little heavier and more diverse, different things. But real experimental. They were pretty cool. They asked me to do an artwork for them, and did the whole process. Like I got inspiration. I did hundreds of sketches, but lots of sketches. I
Yeah,
did a
yeah.
lot of full-size charcoal pieces about it. And then I did a big painting, and they fucking loved it, and it was great and grand. And then a month later, Drew and Mark had a falling out, and the band broke up, and they
No.
never used it.
That sucks.
Yeah. I mean, they got the artwork from me. I got paid. That's fine.
You
But
got paid and they loved it. I mean, at least that's good.
it's a badass painting too. And like I gave them the painting as well. It's like, so
That's fucking awesome.
what I did was it was a really old design that I started doing in college for some reason, but it was basically these skulls that have serpent bodies. So it's just like a snake with a skull head. And then it's this conglomerate of 3 of them. And they wanted the idea of 3 to be involved in the design. And they didn't care what I did with that. They just said 3. And I was like, okay, 3 skull serpents. Like it honestly was really satisfying in a lot of ways because I was able to make a piece using this creature that I designed and that I created a long time ago. And it was like I'm proud of this piece. It's a great painting. Like, I love it. Yeah. So
that's very dope. Dream artist to do an album cover for.
Man, dream.
Yeah.
I don't have anyone specific,
Okay.
but it's more just like some black metal bands, but like a real black metal band because, there's different levels of black metal as far as like how extreme they are, or what their approach is or how dirty they sound, like, something that is just real dirty and scummy and like just this band that just came out of the filth and here they are and it's like, oh, we need you. Okay, there's a band here in Arkansas called I the Killer. Where their frontman, like, he is the most black metal thing I've seen in Arkansas.
Oh, yeah.
And their artwork and their shirts and everything about that. Sorry, guys, it sucks. It's terrible. You need me to do your artwork because I know what you need. That's all.
Fucking I the Killer, get at your boy.
Right?
But for real, like I saw them in Fayetteville at Nomad's Trailside and they were sick. Like, I went there. It was a crazy weekend while I was in Fayetteville. I was going to an art workshop that was free. And like I was going to be there all weekend. And then my band Mothwind entered a music video into the Fayetteville Film Festival, which happened to be the same weekend. And I was already in Fayetteville. So my guitar player came up too. And we went to the film fest. And then I was like, hey, guess what? Our friends in this band Dissentious are playing. And we went to go see them and we missed them. But I, the Killer, was playing. And I had never heard of them before. And I was like, dude, this guy's in black metal makeup. And he poured blood all over his arms so that he looked like Dead from Mayhem.
Yeah.
And he was fucking sick. And their drummer was awesome and looked like Joey Jordison back there. Like he was wearing a mask that like favored Jordison's mask. And their bass player was dressed like Art the Clown, which was fun. But yeah. I the Killer, check them out. They're cool. I don't even know them. So this is they're not endorsing me or anything.
Check out I the Killer. I'm going to check them out later for sure.
Yeah, but they fucking killed it. They were awesome. They were the best band that night for sure. And they've played at, what's it called? In Cord, Arkansas. There's like the Heathen House. Yeah. I've never been there, but I've heard it's a time every time.
I heard that the last thing that they did out there was a hell of a time. The death metal fest that they did.
Yeah.
I heard it got crazy.
Hell yeah.
I haven't been out there yet.
It's because it's a drive.
It is a drive, and there's not shit around it, really.
Right.
And, we'll see.
I've heard if you go, you should go camping and come prepared to camp. And if you're prepared to camp, you're fine. But, if
you get to come and go, you're going to have a hard time.
Right.
Are there a lot of local horror artists? I mean, I don't really know
any other local artists doing what I do or anything close to that. And what I do is not like crazy out there. I'm just a painter, really.
Yeah.
No, I know that artist Carl Dahmer is close, but he's not here in Little Rock.
Okay.
but I know a lot of bands around here have used him, and he is a professional artist. That is his job, which good for him. But it's being a professional artist where that is your day job, day to day. That's fucking hard. That's real hard.
Yeah.
And like with this art workshop that I went to in Fayetteville, like what I really learned is professional artists, their sources of money, they have so many sources of money. You have to have so many different avenues that money can come in, rather than I have a day job and that is my source of money type of thing. Or maybe I'll have a second job and, but a lot of professional artists are trying to be teachers. They're trying to be like, hey, I'll show you how to paint this or paint this way. Or do you want to know how to do this? It's all over Instagram. It's all over whatever social media. They're like, I can show you all of this, just give me your credit card type of thing. I'm already a teacher. I already teach people how to make art. So now I'm just learning how to make money with my art now. So I'm real happy with where my life is at because of that. Where before I was just like, earlier in life, I was like, I wish I could do more with my art. And it's like, I've been doing plenty the whole time. My path was a little different, and that's fine. It's been cool.
Absolutely, dude. If you want to real quick, leave us with 3 artists we need to check out.
Okay.
And 3 movies we need to check out.
List for the movies.
Let's do it.
Because I can't think off the top of my head like that. Artists you need to check out. Let's see. I want to start with Ben Connellan.
Ben Connellan.
He is a digital artist, but it's really just like Procreate stuff. Like the paintings he does digitally are really influenced by Alien, but he has his own beauty that he creates with like very alien type figures. Awesome. And they're so regal and beautiful and creepy and scary. And it's like, it's like the direction, it's like Clive Barker and Hellraiser, but like taking that framework and moving way beyond. And it's so, I love Ben Connellan. He has been a huge influence.
This stuff is sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, are you looking at it?
Yeah, it's some cool stuff.
Hell yeah. The next artist that I respect a lot these are living artists too.
Awesome.
It's important to be seeing what artists are successful now and what are they doing that is successful. So I gain inspiration from, current artists. But Dusty Peterson, do you know who that is?
I looked up some Dusty Peterson.
Okay.
Yesterday I looked up some Dusty Peterson.
Yeah.
I dig that shit, dude.
He's also a digital artist, but it is insane what he does.
Yeah.
He's one of those artists where you have to stop and realize this is not AI. This is a real artist who made this. But he is that, I don't know, incredible. And I fucking hate AI art, and he hates AI art. He is always going on and on about.
As everyone should.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fucking lazy. It's fucking.
Yeah, it is.
You could probably do a whole podcast on how much people hate AI art.
Will, haven't I told you Wheezy has written an entire expose on the data centers and shit?
I believe it.
He's going to send it to me and we're going to get Petrus to read it. Yeah. And then another artist.
The third one that I'll say is Roberto Diaz. These are all like digital artists, which is crazy. Like I'm not a digital artist. But these are dark artists that are just very influential. But Roberto Diaz is the guy who does like Jesus and Mary and all of these very classical paintings, and then completely horrifies them. And they're all monsters. And
I'm gonna have to look into this.
Sick. Yeah. It's even more horrific than I can describe. But it's like it's all things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can get behind that. Wow, dude. That's brutal.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, and 3 horror movies, you say, man,
that the people need to see.
Well, okay, this is a classic for a reason, and everyone loves it for a reason because it is a very important film, but John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, mad respect for anyone who says that is their favorite horror movie. It's not cliche. It's not trendy.
No.
It is just the truth.
Yeah.
For
Oh,
so
it's
many
been-
reasons.
Leave it like it's. I guarantee it's been talked about on every single episode,
Probably.
even in passing. And we just did it with horror art. Like, I mean, it's that influential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is. We talked about it a bunch, but Subspecies, that is the most underseen horror film. Like it's very rare that I come across people who have seen it.
Yeah.
But it's sick. It's just sick.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
It's a very good time.
Yeah. And I don't know why movie From Beyond really affected me too. Like that is I forget the name of the director of that. Wasn't it the same guy who did Dagon though?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty certain. Because
Right.
it was like a couple of years after Dagon.
'Cause that's
Mhm.
H.P. Lovecraft, right?
Yeah.
Like what it's based on.
Yeah. I don't know if From Beyond is.
It's the same guy that did Reanimator, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It is. And Jeffrey Combs is gold in everything he's in.
Yes.
It's a good.
Or
choice.
at least a good time, you know.
Yeah. Check those out.
Yeah, so that was 3. 3 and 3. Hell yeah, y'all.
Good to go.
Those are good choices too.
And then where can the people find you? Any upcoming projects? Any stuff on the horizon?
Stuff on the horizon. My band Tempus Terra is playing on July 11th in Hot Springs at Star Bar.
Nice.
We're playing July 12th at Birdie's Cabaret Theater and Lounge for Amberfest with 3 other bands.
I'll be there for that.
Hell yeah. And we'll see if I do the mural at Birdie's or not. The design I have, I'm proud of that design. I stand by that design, but I have no idea if any other artists entered or not. We'll see or whatnot.
Just see what happens.
Yeah. You can find me on Instagram at jkaplanart and to be coming soon, jkaplanart.com.
Awesome.
Nice. You gonna?
Yeah.
So are you gonna sell stuff on the website or?
Yeah, probably.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. The plan has not been fully hashed out. It's very half-baked at this point, but I own the domain. That's about it.
God,
That's cool though.
Yeah.
That is. All right. Well, thank you for coming on. We
Hell
really
yeah.
enjoyed it, man.
I enjoyed it too. Thank you
We'll
guys.
have to have you back on.
Cool.
Keep talking some horror. If you like listening to the Slumber Party Massacre Luncheon, you can check out the rest of our podcast. We are the Rebel Without a Clue podcast network. You can find all of our shit on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. Go to the website, www.clue.com. If you need to get in touch with us at the Slumber Party Massacre Luncheon with ideas on stuff to talk about, movies we should see, books we should read, you can get at us at slumberpartymassacre@gmail.com. That's brand new. And get on Facebook. Follow the Midnight Mass with Reverend Bright and Brother Herman Innards for live show updates. We got a show 717 at Birdie's doing the movie Piranha. And then we've got a show 87 doing the movie Reanimator. And Jonathan is also working on the t-shirt art for Midnight Mass.
Hell yeah. Sure am.
It's going to be fucking gnarly, dude. Also, while you're on Facebook, go ahead and follow Suplex Cinema. It's a happy hour show we do at Pizza D Action on Tuesdays. That's going to be every other Tuesday. Our next one is July 8th or some shit. July 7th is going to be the next one. It's going to be Dust to Dust, the Rhodes Family. And as always, until next week, be sure to look over your shoulder for your boss and check under the bed for the monster. Luncheon is fucking done.
Luncheon is done.
Heck yeah, dude. Dude, I can't keep up with how much you got going on.
Me neither.
I got tired here. I got